was nice.
Yes, well deserved. And joining me now live from Melbourne to review the tournament is Sky News golf expert Bruce Young. Bruce, thanks for joining us. He was fantastic to watch over the 4 days, and certainly today it was pure quality out there.
Evening, Megan. It certainly was. It was a high-class round. I think he described it as pure ball striking. It needed to be because they were tough conditions out there today. Blustery winds up to 35 k's in many situations, and fluky sort of winds as well, very inconsistent. So it was very difficult to get clubbing right, but he did it all very, very well. A surprise in many ways, in as much as that he passed Geoff Ogilvy, but not a surprise in as much as that he is the second highest ranked player, or was the second highest ranked player in the field. He's a class act. He's won multiple tournaments around the world. This win will move him up probably 10 or 12 places in the world rankings. And that was one of the reasons that he was keen to come down here, especially when Luke Donald committed to the tournament, because he brought with him a lot of ranking points to the tournament. So it was a very, very impressive victory in the end by Ian Poulter.
Now, you mentioned Geoff Ogilvy. Now, he equalled the course record yesterday, but he really was quite a bit of a letdown today, wasn't he?
Well, he said afterwards he didn't really feel he'd played all that badly, but he didn't play well. And I think what he meant by that was he still hit a lot of greens, a lot of fairways too, but he wasn't knocking it close like he was yesterday. And that start, he said he didn't feel impacted by the eagle by Poulter at the first, but Poulter got a real boost. You could sense that, immediately drawing level with Ogilvy after starting the final round 2 shots behind. And he really just went on with it, and Geoff was really unable to build any momentum at all. And really, by the time he got his first birdie, which was at the 16th hole, it was too little too late, and then he hit the tee shot out of bounds at the 17th. So any remote chance that he still had of catching Poulter at that stage was dashed by that wild tee shot at 17.
Bruce, Marcus Fraser, he was runner-up today, but it really was with a heavy heart. I mean, he lost his good friend, V8 driver Jason Richards, just a few days ago, and he still managed 64.
It was an outstanding round of golf, given the circumstances. It was an outstanding round of golf, whatever way you look at it. But given the fact that he was carrying that heavy heart, as you said, with his good friend Jason Richards passing away only a couple of days ago, only 24 hours or so after Jason Richards had actually played in the Pro-Am on Wednesday. He was emotional about it afterwards. Marcus Fraser is obviously, as I said, a very close friend, and so his performance to shoot 64, 2 shots better than anybody else on the final day, and to run into second position outright, passing Geoff Ogilvy in the process. So I thought it was just a superbly impressive performance. He's finished runner-up in this tournament once previously, about 3 years ago, behind Rod Pampling in a playoff. But that brings to an end a very good run of form over the recent weeks by Marcus Fraser.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about the tournament finally. It felt a bit down on previous years. What was the feeling out there?
Well, I think it was, in terms of the amount of crowd support that it got, but I think IMG, the tournament owners and promoters, got a bit of a raw deal with the allocation of dates around either side of the President's Cup. The Australian Open was before the President's Cup. The Australian PGA Championship was after the President's Cup, and they really had to take a date that wasn't all that suitable to them. But to their credit, they went ahead and ran the tournament when they could have easily backed out. But they wanted to keep the continuity going with the tournament, Megan. And as a result, they've now got a date mid-November next year, and I think we'll be back seeing the Australian Masters. No new sponsor at this stage. JB Ware's last year this year, but negotiations are currently underway for a new sponsor, I understand. But when it comes back next year, it'll be back in a more suitable time slot, if you like. And I think we'll be back seeing the Australian Masters back to where it's been previously.
Yeah, that's great news. Bruce Young joining us from Melbourne. Thank you, and thank you for your help in the lead up to the event as well.
My pleasure, Megan.